Grammar Bunny is back. I am here to learn prepositions. I want to know how to use them in proper English. Let's go into the lesson and see what our teacher has in store for us.
Good day, children. Welcome back to another English class. I'm so happy in meeting you all again in another lesson. Shall we move in today? As our Grammar Bunny suggested, our today's lesson is on a grammar portion called Prepositions. Now, before we go into the lesson, I would like to wish you all a very good morning and a happy Friday. Finish all your lessons this Friday and play and enjoy with your family during the weekend. Now, before going into the lesson in detail, children, there is something that I would like to share with you all. Children, when we send the integrated test to you in a question paper, please write it in a notebook, not in a piece of paper. It can be any notebook. It can be your rough notebook. It can be one of your old classworks, any notebook. But write it in a notebook and take a clear picture of it and send it to us. Because I've noticed that some of you are accidentally sending us a video. Now we cannot correct in a video, children. So make sure you go through the question paper clearly, look for instructions and write in a notebook and send it back to us. I think that those instructions are clear enough. Now let's go into our lesson. Now, like our every other English lesson, today's lesson 2 is beginning with a game. It's game on time. Okay. Now today's English lesson's startup game is very easy. It is from an older portion that we studied. You all must remember the comprehension that we did. Now children, so we did listening comprehension, reading comprehension, and we also did picture comprehension. So now I have given a picture for you all. Okay, it is a very colorful picture of a boy and a girl going into a forest. They are probably going for a tour or a safari or a day trip into the forest. Now I want you to look at the picture first and write down all things that you notice. See, for example, I have written grass, I have written snake, and then whatever that you notice, you see, you write it down in a piece of paper in your rough notebook. And after writing everything down, try making 5 sentences from this picture. Okay, now you can write something like, there are 2 children, they are small children, they are going into the forest, they are probably going to have a day trip in the forest. It could be any sentences describing the picture. Okay, now after finishing that, your next part of the activity is you are going to write questions for the picture. For example, you could think, what question will my teacher ask me from this picture? So there are questions probably like, what are the boy and the girl doing there? What does this picture look like to you? What do you like so much in this picture? So questions like that. You will also form 5 questions and ask those 5 questions to any of your family member. Now children, the word preposition, what does the word preposition mean? It is a very important branch of grammar. Now we are only going to be learning the basics of preposition in this class. Okay. Now let me explain the word preposition to you. Okay. If you notice in the word preposition, it is a connection of 2 words. There is the word pre, there is the word position. Do you notice the word position in that? We all know what position means. Position is probably the placement of something. Okay. Now the word preposition means it is a connecting word, or it is a link between the noun and the rest of the sentence. Now there is a sentence. Look in the example given. Rosie walked dash the haystack. Now Rosie is a hen. Now Rosie is walking into the haystack. Haystack is the noun there. Okay. Now Rosie is walking where into the haystack. Rosie is walking into the haystack. Do you see? We are using that word to connect the sentence. we're using the word into to connect the sentence. Rosie walked into the haystack. And the preposition connected the nouns and the rest of the sentence together. Clear? Now we are going to be looking at only three types of prepositions. Prepositions of place, preposition of time, and preposition of position. Okay. Now preposition of place and position are somewhat similar, and preposition of time is totally different. Okay. So let's go into preposition of place. What's a preposition of place, children? Preposition of place is nothing but the exact place, okay, the exact place of the linking word. Okay, for example, words like among, behind, between, in front of, next to, over, these words are placement words. If you notice, these words are nothing but placement words. These words help us, and these prepositions help us understand the place of the noun. Okay, for example, the dog is in between the boxes. The dog is in between the boxes. There are two boxes. There is a dog. Now when the sentence is given, the dog dash the boxes. The dog is in between the boxes. Where is the dog? Where is the place of the dog? The dog is placed in between the boxes. Okay, look at example number 7. If you notice, there is a blue color box, there is an orange color box, and there is a dog in between. The dog is placed where? In between. So when a preposition is describing the place, it becomes the preposition of the place. It can be among, behind, in, on, over, above, beneath, under, anything like that, across. Okay, now notice the example number 1. There is a red color box, there is a dog inside. Now let's put it in a sentence. The dog is dash the box. Where is the dog? The place. Where is the place of the dog? The dog is placed inside the box. Easy, children? So prepositions are prepositions of place describe the placement of the wherever the noun is present. That is the preposition of a place. Easy? Now let's move into preposition of time, children. So how do we measure time? We measure time sometimes in seconds, in minutes, in hours, in days, in weeks, sometimes in decades, in centuries also. So basically prepositions of time is nothing but in, on, or at. Okay, there are only 3 prepositions of time that we are looking at. We are looking at in, on, and at. Okay, children. Now we use at for precise time. Exactly. For example, 7 p.m. I will be in school at 7 p.m. I am going to the movies at 3 p.m. So when we refer specific time, we use the preposition at. Okay. Now in is even easier. The preposition in is very easy. We use the preposition in when we refer to months. Okay, my birthday is in May. My birthday is in March. My exams are in April. Okay, so when we refer to time in months or in centuries or long periods of time, we use in. Okay, now we use on, the preposition on, on, for when we refer to days and dates, specific days, Monday, Tuesday, any day of the week, and dates, we use on. So for example, my assignment should be submitted on Tuesday. It's a specific date. No, it's a specific day. So we are using on. So keep it in mind, children. Preposition of time, we are looking into 3 prepositions. We are looking at, in, and on. We use at for a precise specific time. We use in for months or years or any long periods of time. We use on for days and specific dates. Okay, 23rd of March. My birthday is on 4th of March. On for specific days and dates we use on. Okay children, now let's move into prepositions of position. As I said, prepositions of position and places are somewhat similar. Now let's look at a little more in detail into it. Now let's move into the preposition of position, children. So like I said, the preposition of position is somewhat connected to that of the place prepositions we saw. Okay children. Now preposition of place was nothing but the relationship of the place between the nouns and the other parts of a sentence. Okay, so we saw examples like on, at, by, under, across, beneath, between. Now the preposition of position is nothing but the direction, okay, or the movement of a noun or the placement of noun in the sentence. Okay children, for example, the ball is near the wall. Okay, now where is the place? The placement of the ball is near the wall. Okay, now if I say the ball is facing towards the wall, the ball is facing towards the wall. Okay, now that is a preposition of direction. Which way is it facing? Towards the wall. Okay, that is a towards is a preposition of position in a sentence. Okay children, that is all about the prepositions in grammar lesson today children. We looked into prepositions of place, prepositions of time and prepositions in position. Okay, now let's practice some sentences children. I have given a sheet where there are few sentences given. Okay, read the following sentences carefully and underline the prepositions. Now let's do a few sentences in this. Now look at the first sentence. Julian placed her lunch box inside the bag. Now where is Julian placing the lunch box? She is placing it inside the bag. Okay, so the preposition here is inside. Now what preposition is that? That is a preposition of place. It is inside. Okay, let's look at the third example. Ben saw Daisy playing across the street. Okay, where is Daisy playing? She is playing across the street. Now that is also a preposition. Okay, let's move to the example number 5. Divya hid the sweets behind her back. Divya is hiding the sweets. Where she is hiding them? She is hiding them behind her back. So the preposition there is behind. Now sentence number 7. Madhusudan checked to see if his keys had fallen underneath the chair, underneath his chair. So where the keys might have fallen? The keys might have fallen under the chair. Okay, so the preposition there is underneath. Okay children, now let's look into example number 9. After lunch, the children were allowed to play. So now look at the sentence. It's a tricky sentence. After lunch, the children were allowed to play. Okay, so we are looking for a preposition of time here. Okay, so after lunch, notice the word after. That word is the connecting word for the entire sentence. It is the preposition of time. After, before, long ago, words like these are also prepositions only. Okay, now based on these examples, please go through the examples given in your textbook and also your PDF. Write and try these exercises children. They will be very interesting to learn, and if you have doubts, please note them down and come back for a revision this following Wednesday. Have a nice weekend children.